What's up, it's your girl Elirs. I am here with my very first YouTube video. I just wanted to introduce myself and to inform you guys on what to expect from me. Me being musically inclined, entrepreneurship, mukbangs, lifestyle, testimonials, Q&A, all of that. I'm very excited. I'm also super nervous. So tread softly in the comments, for I am new to this. Again, this is my first video. While y'all are treading softly in them comments, don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I also want to go ahead and dive into one of my testimonials. This is regarding why and how I left a toxic corporate America job. All right, so as we all know, jobs have motives. They have motives to get you and keep you. However, we as employees, we have our own personal motive. You know, we have to make money to pay bills, take care of our children for those who have one, or like myself who don't have any children, we have monetary or financial obligations. Throughout that journey, I definitely, maintained that. Whether it was doing overtime, securing myself, everything, all that good stuff. So as time progressed, I started to sense some toxicity in the atmosphere. And I ignored it, and it honestly had nothing to do with me personally, but I felt it and I saw it. And I knew a change at some point was gonna come, whether that change meant moving up in the company, moving out of the company, whatever. So I started to come home and work would follow me, and it would weigh me down so much that I would be so eager to fall asleep and start the next day, because I wanted so badly to just start over, because that particular day was just horrible. It's not easy to please these customers. They don't like to hear the word no, and you may be saying no to them regarding a rule or regulation, term and condition, protocol for all that matters, and they don't care, and you're graded on that, and you're constantly being called out of your name, you're being degraded, you're being racially profiled, everything under the sun. And all the while, the job has every solution in the world to protect and please those customers, there isn't any to protect and bring forth comfort for their employees, which we're the reasons who keeping the company rolling as well too, right? Anyway, it was weighing on me, and we were graded on that. And supervisors were, they were taking the agents, all us, and they were, really buckling down on what needs to take place. And that was the first encounter, because it's like, the more I'm doing, the less they are being satisfied, or shall I say, the more I gave, the less they became appreciated, I would say that. And as I mentioned before, I'm pulling 12 to 14 hours a day, of course, for my own personal gain and my own personal security, but I'm still making myself available for this company at the same time now. Anyway, it even led to me having to take a mental health medical leave, which out of every job I have ever had from the age of 14 to 30, I have never taken a mental health medical leave. I've never taken anything regarding my health to take a break from a job. That has never happened. When it got to that point, I knew God was speaking to me. I knew it became even more official or affirmed. And I must say that leave was amazing. It felt really good, not only to not go to work, but it felt good not to be programmed, or it felt good not to have to follow a routine that didn't even appreciate me. Once I got back to work, it felt different. It felt like I did not even belong there. That was God's way of saying, I'm conditioning you. I'm getting you ready for something that I got for you. So prepare to continue to be uncomfortable. Because he was shifting the atmosphere. So the next encounter was, I was at my cubicle and I had a customer on hold. One of my colleagues, older lady, She came to my cubicle to ask for assistance, but from a coach who sat next to me. Why didn't she go to his desk and get that assistance? I'm not sure. But I politely asked her, I said, hey, can you go to his desk and, continue y'all's conversation? I'm about to take the customer off hold. And she then proceeds to wave her hand as though she was totally disregarding what I was saying. So I asked her nicely again, and she totally disregarded it again and was just like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. So I said, okay, you're being rude. I've asked you nicely several times. And so she decides to get extremely, irate. Attitude. She even told me to back off. And mind you, you in my cubicle, you in my space. And it took everything in me not to react. First thing on my mind is, I'm chocolate. You are Caucasian. So I had to think. And I think I was more pissed off that I couldn't react the way I wanted to versus me just being upset at the situation at hand. That's when I knew I was growing on these people's jobs. Because had she would have caught me maybe like 2015, oh, it would have been a wrap. But I also had to protect what God had for me on the outside. I didn't want to ruin that. So yeah, he'll grab you by the throat and say, don't say that. He'll grab me by the hands. Nope, don't do that. As much as they would deserve it, don't do it. I got something better for you, but I need you to hold on. But I just need you to prepare to leave. So that was strike two. That God was, or should I say, notification number 2. That he was letting me know that I want you to leave now. If I have to leave, if I have to do the moving for you, you're not gonna like it. So after all of that, I immediately sent the email to my supervisor. I CC'd her supervisor on it, or her boss on there, and told them what took place. I was shaking, y'all. I even began to cry because I couldn't even believe what just happened. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm also telling myself, like, I know God wants me to leave. I know he's telling me to leave, but I'm trying to wait it. I wanted to wait it out. That's not him telling me to wait it out. I'm still deciding to do it my way when he's already said what to do. So I reported to HR. I did whatever I need to do. Next thing was, I took a break. I took a walk around the building and everything and got myself together. And, that was that. And the next encounter was another shift in the atmosphere came. Some kind of way. All right, so the third notification was, okay, let me backtrack a little bit, y'all. Let's rewind a little bit. When God revealed to me that a change is going to come, I started to mentally prepare myself and create an exit plan, which honestly led to the mental medical, leave, what I'm saying? 3 people at that job that I personally trusted knew for months that I was preparing to leave. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not all the time that you can trust people on a job personally. They knew the entire time. They actually assisted me with, they helped me with this change, with this transition, with this, this next level of life. They were very supportive. They still are supportive to this day. To this day, they text, they call, they check on me. They do all of that. So this next situation or notification was, I trusted another person who's also a brown girl just like me, and I thought I could trust her off the mere strength of who I personally trusted. So you can't trust people because you trust based on who you trust in. You have to trust them personally. It can't be I guess a second-hand type of situation. If you are not directly trusting them, don't do it. That was just a mini lesson learned for me before I get into the scenario. Just want to put that out there. But anyway, so I expressed to her, the incident that happened between myself and that particular colleague. And I asked her to find out some general information from me. In that case, general, don't mention my name, none of that. So she found out the situation. She found out the information from me, and lo and behold, I get a call, or I get, called over to my supervisor's desk at the time, and she asked me if I was prepared to resign. So I was like, no, where did you get information from? The only thing that I know for sure is I sent you that email regarding the incident, and I CC'd your boss on it. So, where did you get that information from? Now, here's the thing. It sucks that even us is not for us. It sucks. It sucks so bad. Let's just be real. It sucks that us is not for us. And that particular person, she has a place of authority. But again, I wasn't trusting her personally directly. I was just trusting her based off the mixture of who I was already trusting, because they were trustworthy. So again, that was just a lesson that I had to learn myself. But anyway, so I confronted her about it. I said, how did management find out that I was considering resigning? And, well, the information you wanted me to find out, we had to get that approved. I said, again, I asked you to find out general information, meaning come from a place, when you're asking these questions, come from a general place, meaning don't mention my name, keep who is regarded confidential. It's like, because she was caught, she could not explain why she had to give justifications. That angered me so bad. But I had to think about the spirituality of the situation, and God was saying, I told you to leave. This is me shaking it up. This is strike 3, or this is notification 3. What else do you need me to do? Because the only thing I got left is I'ma move for you. And the last time I had to move or remove the situation from you, or the last time I had to do the moving, you didn't like it too much. So I went back to my desk after confronting her, and I did get a little bilingual. Yeah, and I don't mean Spanish, Portuguese, or none of that. I think we all know what I'm talking about. And I walked off, and I went back to my desk. Something said, log off and leave. Just leave. And that's exactly what I did. And I didn't look back. And I've been at peace ever since. And ever since that day, I didn't worry. I was afraid, because I was like, Lord, you really told me to leave this job, and I don't have a job lined up, which is something I've never done, which is something I would have never done. He said, yeah, because you're gonna learn to trust me. And again, ever since that day, I've been at peace. I've interacted with people with great souls, great means, creative. I've actually been able to just be set free, from toxicity, because that's a demon. That is a demon. A job will make you feel like you ain't shit without them, all because of a paycheck. Yes, it costs to live, no matter how inexpensive or expensive it is, but a job will use money or the salary that they are rewarding you with. That's a gift. That's law. You have to pay me for work, but that was that. Where I am today, I am in such great spirit. God is continuously moving. He has me around, again, great people. He also has me in the season of being quiet, not saying much or not saying anything at all. It's kind of one of those things where when I give you the finished product, my child, then you start talking. Until then, I won't even show you what I'm doing. You can't see it because you can't see it. You're unable to see it because you're not allowed to see it. And that's totally fine with me. As long as he has me, surrounded by nothing but peace and prosperity, I don't mind the silence. I don't mind the silence at all. So I hope that testimony will touch somebody. And I'm not at all encouraging anybody to just walk off a job. No, listen to your intuition, because that happens to be God talking to you. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your inner spirit. God will use you. First of all, he's going to talk to you first. And then if you don't get it, he'll show some mercy and use other scenarios or other incidents to, hey, all right, I'm gonna shake it up a little bit, so. But that is all I have for today. Again, this was great. It was fun. Thank y'all for listening. Again, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm excited to bring y'all more content. Y'all have a good evening.